Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code, DTC P0111, indicates an IAT Sensor Circuit Range performance problem, specifically for the Honda CRV model years 2011 through 2016. This DTC is part of the Powertrain Control Module PCM fault codes related to the intake air temperature IAT sensor. This sensor's primary role is to measure the temperature of the air entering the engine, which is crucial for optimal combustion calculations. It assists in finely tuning air-fuel ratios and managing engine performance. The IAT sensor is typically located within or near the mass airflow (MAF) sensor housing, often close to the air filter intake. It works in conjunction with the engine coolant temperature (ECT) sensors to provide essential temperature readings. A malfunction in this sensor can lead to various operational issues, causing the engine to run poorly or inefficiently. The error described by DTC P0111 directly pertains to the performance and range of the IAT sensor circuit, which is critical for vehicle performance. The IAT sensor plays an essential role in measuring the temperature of the air entering the engine, allowing for precise adjustments in fuel injection and timing based on air density. This sensor is typically situated in the vicinity of the mass airflow (MAF) sensor. By measuring the intake air temperature, the IAT sensor helps the engine management system optimize fuel mixture and improve engine efficiency. If there is a detected issue with the IAT sensor circuit, the PCM may not receive accurate temperature readings, leading to potential engine performance problems. This could cause issues such as poor fuel economy, rough idling, or increased emissions due to improper air-fuel mixture adjustments. The potential causes for the DTC P0111 include a few key issues that are critical to diagnosing the problem accurately. Firstly, poor electrical connections can impair the signal integrity from the IAT sensor to the PCM, preventing accurate readings. This might happen due to corrosion or damage, which is common in automotive wiring. Secondly, loose terminals at the MAF sensor, IAT sensor, or ECT sensors can create intermittent connectivity issues, leading to erratic sensor readings. Thirdly, a faulty IAT sensor itself could simply be malfunctioning, providing incorrect temperature readings or failing to send any data to the PCM. Each of these causes can lead to significant engine issues if not addressed promptly. Therefore, ensuring proper electrical connections and checking the sensor performance is essential for addressing DTC P0111. The symptoms arising from DTC P0111 can greatly affect vehicle performance and drivability. One common symptom is poor engine performance, where the vehicle may struggle to accelerate or maintain speed, which can be frustrating for the driver. Another noticeable symptom could be rough idling. The engine may exhibit irregular running patterns when at a standstill, affecting comfort and stability. Additionally, increased emissions could occur since incorrect air-fuel mixtures often lead to incomplete combustion, which results in the vehicle releasing more pollutants than normal. These symptoms not only impact performance, but could also lead to further mechanical issues over time if the sensor fault remains unresolved. It's crucial for drivers to be observant of such signs to seek immediate diagnostic support. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0111 is to conduct a thorough visual check of all relevant electrical connections. Poor connections and loose terminals at the MAF sensor, IAT sensor, or ECT sensors can frequently lead to the error code being triggered. It is imperative to ensure that all connections are secure and free from corrosion. Visual inspections should include checking the condition of wires and terminals, looking for any signs of wear or damage. If all connections are confirmed to be in good order, you'll proceed to the next troubleshooting step. However, if any issues are identified, they should be repaired before moving ahead. This step can significantly reduce the complexity of troubleshooting and should always be the first course of action. The second troubleshooting step involves checking the performance of the IAT sensor when it's at low temperatures. Begin by removing the MAF sensor/IAT sensor assembly and allowing it to cool to the ambient temperature. This step is essential to simulate conditions under which the sensor would typically operate. During this time, note the ambient temperature in order to compare it later with the IAT sensor readings. After cooling, reconnect the sensor to its respective 5-pin connector, but do not reinstall the sensor in place. Turn the ignition switch to on, II, and monitor the IAT sensor value in the HDS, Honda Diagnostic System data list. If the IAT sensor value differs by 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius, or more from the ambient temperature, this indicates a fault, and replacement of the MAF sensor IAT sensor may be necessary. If the readings align within this range, the sensor is deemed functional for ambient conditions, and troubleshooting should proceed to the next step. In the third step, the focus shifts to examining the IAT sensor's performance under high temperature conditions. Start by disconnecting the MAF sensor IAT sensor from its 5P connector. The next task is to use a heat gun to apply hot air to the sensor for a few seconds. Be cautious not to apply heat for too long, as it may damage the sensor. After heating, reconnect the sensor without reinstalling it, and check the IAT sensor in the HDS data list. The way the IAT sensor reacts will provide valuable insights. If it changes by 76 degrees Fahrenheit, 42 degrees Celsius, or more, it indicates an intermittent failure. Although the system is functioning at that moment, further checks for poor connections or loose terminals at the MAF sensor IAT sensor and PCM should be conducted. If the change is not observed, replacement of the MAF sensor IAT sensor becomes necessary. The repair verification stage is crucial to ensure that the steps taken to resolve the DTC P0111 have been effective. Begin by turning the ignition switch to on, option 2, to power up the vehicle's systems. Utilize the HDS to reset the powertrain control module, PCM, which will erase any previous error codes stored in the system. Following this, it is important to carry out the PCM idle learn procedure, which helps the module recalibrate its control parameters based on the current engine conditions. After completing these steps, use the HDS again to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs. If DTC P0111 remains indicated, this suggests that the issue persists. If no new codes appear, it is likely that the repairs have been successful. In conclusion, DTC P0111 highlights a significant problem within the intake air temperature sensor circuit, affecting the overall performance of the Honda CRV from 2011 to 2016. The IAT sensor is essential in regulating engine performance by providing accurate temperature readings. Addressing potential issues with electrical connections is vital, as they can affect the sensor's functionality. Properly following the outlined troubleshooting steps is key to successfully diagnosing and rectifying issues leading to this DTC. By effectively cooling and heating the IAT sensor and checking the resulting data, technicians can identify whether a sensor replacement is required. Ultimately, careful follow-through on these troubleshooting steps ensures that the vehicle will run smoothly and efficiently, avoiding further mechanical complications. please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.